guys, and welcome back to another video here with Angel Bee Designs. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. What I'm going to do today is I am going to show you guys how to design and print out your own thank you cards. I know a lot of people use Vistaprint to make their own cards. And sometimes you may not necessarily need a whole bunch. I know like the less you order, the more they charge. So if you only need a handful, like for me, the only thing I sell is my content creation planner. So I honestly, when I did my pre-order for it, I only did 20 planners. So I don't need 100 or 500 thank you cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own so that I can package them with my content creation planner. Because like I said, I only did 20 of them. So I only need 20 cards. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to start off in Canva. Now I am using the Canva Pro version. If you design a lot, if you do a lot of your own crafts and designs and things like that, I would highly recommend the Canva Pro version over the free version, just because you get so many more features and elements. And I mean, Canva is really like a dope platform. So if you can afford the $12 to $13 a month, I would definitely say make that investment. So I will be in the pro version today. I will have a link down below if you wanted to try it out. I believe there's either a 30 or 45-day free trial period. So if you click my link down below, you will be able to go ahead and get that free trial. But moving on, I'm going to go up here to create a design. I am going to do a custom size. I think I'm going to do like a 4x6 inches. So we're going to type in 4x6 inch what am I doing? A thank you card. I just had a brain fart, but a 4x6 thank you card. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to do vertical or horizontal. And now that I'm looking at it, I think I want to do horizontal. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to switch these. Okay, and then create a design. So now it's going to be a 6x4. So this is going to be the front of my design, and obviously we will do a backside as well. They do have tons of templates that you can kind of use and build from if you want to. I'm not going to. I think I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and design my own. Now, I am doing this off the top of my head. I really didn't have a plan as to how I wanted to make my thank you card. But I'm just going to go ahead and design one with you guys. So I'm going to go up here to elements, and I'm going to search for a border. These are all animated. I don't want an animated border. Let me see what this one looks like. Nah, I don't like that. It's too bulky. Nah, I don't like that one either. Okay, I'm not really seeing a border I like. So what I'm going to do is just create my own border. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to input a box. And then I'm just going to kind of make it the outline, or make it a little bit smaller than my outline. And then I'm going to duplicate that box. And then you're just going to make it a little bit smaller. And this is going to help you create your own border. I'm going to turn that white. Okay, so now I have my own border. It's the color I want. It's the size I want. It's nice and clean. I didn't want anything extra. And then what you can do is select both of these and group them. So now I have my border. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some text, which is going to be my font. So this is a font that I use for my brand. Anytime you see a cursive font that has to do with my brand, it is this font, which I purchased from Creative Market. And I'm just going to type out thank you. And I'm not doing anything like super crazy. Again, I really like clean designs for my brand. So I'm just going to make it clean for your purchase. Oops, I moved my box. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that there like that. Let me make sure this is lined up, and then make sure that this is lined up, and then I am going to group these two together. Okay, and then let me see. Really appreciate your business. And then I think I'm just gonna bring this down here. And again, you can decide, design yours however you want. I just wanted to show you that you can do this in the you can do this in Canva. You can do this in the free version as well. As far as like creating the border with the boxes, you can do that in the free version. You can add in all this text in the free version as well. In the free version, I do not think that you can upload your own font. So when you're creating yours, like I said, these are my brand fonts. So I purchased these from Creative Market and then I uploaded them to my Canva Pro. I do not think that you can do that in the free version. You would just have to use Canva's fonts, which is fine. You just can't necessarily like if let's say I was making a logo and I was selling it to somebody, I can't use any Canva elements within that person's logo because Canva owns it. So I can't resell something that Canva owns. So it gets kind of tricky if you're trying to sell it. Like sell a design that has their font or their elements or something like that. So but if you're making a thank you card for yourself, then it should be fine. And then because I'm not going to put a coupon code or anything like that. I am going to add my social media handles. So let's go to elements. I'm going to look up, let's see, YouTube. I'm going to use, I want to use one I can change the color on. So I'm going to use this one because I can change the color on it. And I'm just going to make this my brand color, which is that color. And then I'm going to do, let me see, let me duplicate this text box. Okay, I can't type today. There we go. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Doesn't have to be that big. And I'm just lining this up. Okay, and let me see, Instagram. I'm going to use this one because I can change the color of it. All right, let's make that my brand color. And then we're going to duplicate this text box and put my social media handle, which is Angel B Designs. I think I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And make that a little smaller. Same with this one. And you can just kind of play around with it until you get it how you want. And then I'm also going to do TikTok. I'm going to use this one. These lines that pop up just kind of let you know when it's lined up with the other elements on the page. Make that my brand color. Duplicate the text box. And I'm pretty sure that's my TikTok as well. I think it is. Okay. Now I'm going to, oops, put that back. Group these so I can move them around. Group and group. Why does this keep moving? I need to lock this. I'm going to go ahead and center that one and then just kind of build around it. Okay. So that looks good. I'm going to duplicate this one as well and say follow us on social media and tag our IG when you use your planner. Okay, something cute, simple. And then I want to obviously lower the line height on this so it doesn't look all spacey, and center it. One way you can make sure everything is centered is you can highlight the whole page. You can go up to position and then tidy up. Actually, I lied. That did not do what it was supposed to do. Let's try with this position. No. I'm trying to show you the tidy up feature, but I don't really have anything that would make it, you would use that for. But anyway, it's basically just a feature that, like, let's say you had lines on a page, like you were doing a journal page or a notebook page or something, and your lines or your boxes, everything wasn't lined up. You would just select them and then you could tidy it up, which would align everything. Okay, so I like this. It's simple, it's clean, just how I like it. I'm going to go ahead and add a page, which this is going to be the back of the card. I'm going to make that a solid color. I'm actually going to change the color of my border. There we go. So it all matches. I'm just going to make this a solid color. And then what I'm going to do is add my logo on the back. And line it up so it's nice and centered. There we go. Okay, and there's my thank you card designed. Okay, that's the back, the front, and the back. So I am happy with this. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download this as a PNG, both pages. I'm going to save this to my computer. So let's download it. And then I'm going to save both of these to my desktop. Now, because these are going to be like squared, I can make them front and back. Well, you can either print it. So there's a couple of ways you can do this to make it front and back. What I'm going to do, because I'm going to laminate these, what I'm going to do is I am going to print them separately, and then I'm going to laminate them together front and back. So I will show you guys what I mean. I'm going to go to, let's see, how am I going to print these? I'm going to go to Cricut because I want the Cricut to cut it out for me. I don't feel like cutting them out. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Cricut so that Cricut will cut them out for me. Let's see if it works. I can't remember. What is it? 6.75 by 9.25. So if I do a 4 by 6, then it should print. So I'm going to go ahead and upload. I'm going to upload this one as a print and cut image. And then I'm going to upload the back. Complex, continue, print and cut image and upload. And I'm going to go ahead and select both of them and insert the images. Okay, so again, I want to make these 6 by 4. Okay, and 6 by 4. Okay, so now they are the same size. So what I want to do now, I only need 2 of each for right now. I'll just do 2 of each. I do need 20, but I'll just do 2 of each right now. So I'm going to duplicate and duplicate. And then I'm going to go over to make it. Now it's going to cut 2 on each page. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and get these printed and cut. And then I will come back and show you how I put them together. So I will meet you guys over at my craft table. Okay guys, so I'm back here. And I do have them printed, and it's going to be like 1 full card on each page. What I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and laminate these and then put them through the Cricut. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my single-sided self-laminating sheets, or they're not self-laminating, but they're single-sided laminating sheets. And if you've been watching me for a while, you already know how to do this. We just kind of put it down. And you can run this through the Cricut, and I will show you how. So we're just going to pull this down. You're going to take your squeegee or I have the XL scraper, whatever you have. And you're just going to make sure that it's nice and adhered to your paper. And you want to make sure you go over the black registration marks because they will still show up really black, and that's how the Cricut will go ahead and register them. But if you don't adhere this to the page, sometimes it kind of has like a frosty finish looking or a matte finish looking rather than the glossy, and it won't, first of all, your color is going to look dull and faded, and then secondly, the Cricut machine is not going to register the black around it. So what I'm going to do now is just take some scissors and cut off the excess, going around the whole page. Where I'm not cutting the paper, all I'm doing is cutting the excess sticky laminating paper off of this paper so that, you know, it doesn't stick to my mat, my Cricut mat. Okay. Now I have my light grip mat, and I did print this on cardstock. I printed it on heavy cardstock. Okay, so all I'm doing now is lining this up on my mat. Like so, like that. You guys watch Tabitha? I absolutely love Tabitha Brown. Every time I'm doing something, I always catch myself saying like so, like that, always. But anyways, so now we are going over to the Cricut machine. Let me put my stand up. There we go. We're gonna just put this in the machine. I'm going to go ahead and load it. And then on the let me see if I can show you guys here. On the computer, you want to select, so I'm on the screen now where I'm going to go ahead and print it. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut it. We're going to go to browse all materials, and if you type in do it on the, let me try it on the heavy cardstock. I want to see if it'll cut through. Heavy cardstock. Okay, here's the heavy cardstock option. I've never cut it on this setting before, so I'm not sure if my Cricut will recognize it with the laminating paper on there, but let's see. I know it will if I use the printable sticker paper clear option. It will, but I'm not sure if it'll recognize it on the heavy cardstock option, so let's see. It looks like it's registering it, so we may be good to go. Okay, so it did go ahead and still recognize the heavy cardstock even with the laminating paper on there. So that's perfect. And now it's cutting out my card. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna take you guys back over to my craft table, and let's see, I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna glue it together. We're gonna glue it together the same way I did the bookmark. So to keep your paper from rolling up, you want to turn your mat over and remove your mat from your paper, and that just, you know, makes it so that your paper doesn't roll up, like curl up. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just removing the excess paper off the cardstock, or I'm removing the card from the excess paper. Gosh, I can't talk today. Okay. There's just this little piece of paper that doesn't want to come off. Come on, paper. There's like this little strip of paper that doesn't want to come off, but there it goes. Or we can just, I'm going to take some scissors and I'm just going to cut it at this point because, yeah, it didn't want to come off. It was just like one little, to avoid that, like towards the bottom of my thank you card, there's like this little strip of paper that kind of doesn't want to come off. If you want to run it through twice, you can. And that will just get rid of that little strip so you don't have to cut it. But it's totally up to you. You don't have to. It's just super easy for me to just cut it right off. So there's the front. And there is the back. Okay, so now we have to go ahead and piece it together so that it's like this one card. And I'm going to do it the same way I did the bookmark, which is with the glue. So the glue that I have is the Elmer's no wrinkle rubber cement, which is for paper. Okay, I got this from an art store. I was taking some graphic design classes, and in my graphic design classes we had to like literally draw things by hand and make them. So the no wrinkle glue is, you know how sometimes if you put wet glue on your paper it tends to wrinkle up and stuff like that? That's to combat that. So for projects like this where you don't necessarily want to use regular glue because you don't want it, when your paper gets wet, it's going to get all like wrinkled up. So I learned that in my graphic design class. That's why I have this glue. I'm just putting it on the back of one of the cards, an even coat. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and just line it up. Okay. And then press it down so that we know it is completely adhered. And then there's a couple little straggly pieces of paper. Just going to cut those off. All right. And there is the thank you card. Okay, so it's glossy on both the front and the back. It's a 4x6. It still looks super, super professional. Okay, it's nice and clean cut. And it's double-sided. So if you only need a handful of cards, this is super, super easy to do. You can do this with business cards, thank you cards, loyalty cards, I mean, whatever you need for your business. This is available for that if you wanted to do it yourself. So that is all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down below. Stay safe. Bye.